Hello everyone and welcome back. Like Wike can never keep a secret. If you have ever discussed anything with Wike secretly, believe me, one day Wike will expose you. In this interview, you can't even believe what he said about Babachir Lawal because of his recent interview where he said that Tinubu is arrogant, that Tinubu did not win the presidential election in 2023. So here, according to Wike, Wike said that after Tinubu chose Rotimi as his vice, Babachir Lawal visited him in his home in Port Harcourt, and he was angry because he thought that Tinubu could choose him as his vice, that whatever he is saying about Tinubu right now is not for the interest of Nigeria, but for his own selfish interest, just because Tinubu refused him to be his vice president. So people are saying that this is the reason why it will be very, very difficult for PDP to chase Wike out of PDP, because it be like, say, Wike has PDP secrets and they don't want public to know about it. This is why they are taking easy with Wike, because despite all the anti-party activities Wike has been doing in PDP since 2023, Wike is still standing gidigba as if nothing there happened. Anyway, he also exposed a lot of things about Rotomi Amaechi. You guys know that recently Rotomi Amaechi said that if he becomes the president of Nigeria, that within 1 month he is going to end corruption. Let me allow you guys to listen to the full video and hear everything Wike said here. But before then, do well to subscribe if you haven't shared the video. Give it a like and also leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for doing so.
I'm being joined by FCT Minister Mr. Jens Wike. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Shem.
Thank you. It's good to see you. Yeah. There are mounting economic pressure, and there are a lot of people, especially in the opposition, who think that this government is not doing enough. I heard a few days ago, Babachir Lawal, former Secretary of the Government of the Federation, who says that the country is on a very dangerous path, and we need to be careful. And he said a few things about the president and his approach. Part of what he says is that the president is unapproachable. In fact, he called him arrogant, one of those things which I thought might be very strong words. And a lot of Nigerians will think, maybe this government is unapproachable. Maybe this government does not even know what the average Nigerian people are facing. When you are in cabinet, do you people know what is going on in the country at all?
Shem, I know sometimes there are people I have had respect for until when events so called. You find out that you are just holding them in high esteem for nothing. When I was a governor, I used to think that people like Babachir Lawal, people you should have respect for, until when I started observing things that I never knew, that it's not a man you can really take for his words. I had the interview, I watched the interview, and the unpalatable words he used against Mr. President. How he said that Mr. President is full of himself. It's still unfortunate in the country. A man could come out in national television not to criticize genuinely what Mr. President has done wrong, but to abuse Mr. President simply because he had a relationship with Mr. President, simply because he has had opportunity to eat with Mr. President before. That has given him the latitude to come out on national television to say a president of a country is full of himself. He doesn't call him president Bola. You know, if you have a problem with Mr. President before he became a president, there's nothing wrong in you finding a way to sort that out. Take for example, when Mr. President chose the vice presidential candidate, today the vice president of the country, I was one of those that Babachir Lawal visited. He came to my house in Port Harcourt, in particular, Ada George. He came with one of the former speakers of the House of Representatives. What was his anger? His anger was that he thought that Mr. President would have chosen him as a vice presidential candidate. Having not done that, everyone had to let loose.
So his anger is about...
It is certainly that. Let me tell you.
So that's why he told you. He wanted to become vice president.
It was very clear. You don't need to be clear to you. It was very clear. I mean, we were not kids. I mean, even a kid who's intelligent will know where your anger is. The way you are speaking is very obvious. That is not enough. When you say Mr. President is unapproachable, government is not approachable. What do you call government? I'm a minister in charge of Federal Capital Territory. Mr. Azad is a minister in charge of Interior. Mrs. O is a minister in charge of Trade, Investment and Industry. Must everybody reach Mr. President? Is that the way government runs? If everybody in this country, you will not reach out to the ministers, you will not reach out to special advisors, you just want to reach out to Mr. President. How many people can Mr. President say at a time? I'm a minister. Have you made any way, if you have a problem as regards to demonstration or activities in FCT, to try to reach out to the FCT minister, and he was not able to reach out to you? It is not always on seat, he's always traveling. So when you say government is unapproachable,
is this government approachable?
Of course.
Is this government conscious of what is going on in the country?
Like what?
The economic situation of the country?
That is the problem we're about to take. For example, in 2015, when we had an election, what was the issue? That they were saying that Jordan must not come back. Can you tell me what were the issues?
There were issues, petrol subsidy.
Economy was involved.
Economy issue.
Fine, I agree with you. When Buhari came, we are not just complaining about the economy.
Absolutely.
Fine. So it was not better.
But it's
No, I'm
cutting
No, it was not better. It wasn't better. So if you say Nigerians did not vote for Jonathan because things were bad, Nigerians also became angry for the last president who was there for 8 years. The other was there for 5 years. The last president was there for 8 years. Right? This person had just come for 2 years. And you sincerely say that within 2 years, you will solve all the inherent problems of that 30 years. Would that be possible? Can you also say the truth? That look at the foundation. Before, states were not able to pay salaries. You remember? Yeah. States were going to beg federal government for money, bailout. Is that not correct? Mm-hmm. Fine. Now somebody has come. So look, what was that problem? Why were governors running to Abuja every day to government bailout? I was one of those that took bailout for federal government. Things were very bad, even though we paid at the end of the day back. Today, no state is running to federal government for bailout. Today, no local government is running to the state government for bailout, which means a problem has been solved. There are more funds now in the hands of the state to be able to carry out development. Why was it not done before? I was just watching on television, which you talk about. If there's economic problem, part of it may also be as a result of security issues, right? I've never, for some time now, had anybody look at the steps the government has been taking. For the first time, look at the United States, United Kingdom, commending Nigerian government. Terrorists they have been looking for years. This government, to the security agents' efforts. And you know what that means? America, United Kingdom, of all the contacts and communications and technologies they have, were not able. But our security agencies were able to trap this thing down. And they say, look, we commend you. What does that mean? Yes, we have suffered as a result of activities of these terrorists. But for what it looks like now, that we have really penetrated, and this insecurity is likely is coming down. We must commend government when they have put up efforts. You see, that's what we call putting up efforts, genuine efforts. And the efforts may not be yielding as fast as you may want it to. But you cannot deny the fact that, yes, we can attest to the fact that, yes, it's yielding. And the president has never hidden his intention. He said, look, there will be challenges. But it's better we do it now than leaving it. So yes,
Minister, the question that people will be asking tonight is that this government has pleaded with Nigerians to say the policies that we're making is going to bring some very difficult moments for Nigerians, but in the end, it will ease. The question is, when will that happen?
Take for example.
Do you have a timeline?
Are you talking
Nigerians to start experiencing?
Today now? Are you talking about today that The fuel has not stabilized. The fuel
there's availability of the fuel, but it's almost 4 or 5 times than what Nigerians were buying for this government.
You must also face the reality. Talk about, you said that availability now. Before there was no availability, and also the price was high. Now you have availability. Today the price of fuel is coming down a bit. So you were here when the president of World Trade Organization, the will say, look, the economy is being stabilized. Today, we are also saying that, look, we don't know what the exchange will be tomorrow morning. The next 2 hours, nobody is sure. But today you can say for how many months now? It's because within that cycle, that's what was stability. You can now say, okay, this is the current rate of our exchange, the dollar. And therefore, I can plan my business or my businesses like this. It wasn't like that before. So we must always comment when we see the reality of ground.
So the minister, what I'm driving at,
yes.
And I'm not talking about the people who live in the city. It's easy for those who live in the city to get uncomfortable with the conversation of the sufferings of Nigerians because maybe they're not feeling it directly. But I'm talking about the average person who make the most of the population of this country, who have not started to feel the traces of what the policies of this government and the fruit that is bringing. The pain that I see feeling, transportation costs, food prices.
When the economy is bad, the economy does not know those who are living in the city alone. Now the economy talks about those who are living in the rural areas. It is not are you not saying that everybody that's in the city is rich or can afford? That is not the truth. If the economy is not only hard for those in the rural areas, and then it's good for those living in the city.
The purchasing power, the graph of the purchasing power will also be determined about the quantity of money that is available to you.
Do you know, first of all, where does the food in the city come from?
Because mostly from the farm. From the
rural area. So they produce the food. And then when they produce the food, it comes to where?
Come to the city.
So when it comes to the city, those who live in the city buy the food. At what cost? So you will also know that those who live in the city also face the pain when the economy is bad. So you cannot say only those living in the rural area. It is not correct. What I'm saying that every Nigerian is entitled to have a good living. The president is not here for only the rich and not the poor. The president is not only for the poor and not the rich or the middle class. It is the responsibility of every government to cater for every Nigerian, irrespective of your status.
You are a member of the PDP and you work in this government.
Yes.
And there's a lot of pressure.
Yes.
And there are a lot of people who are coming together too to say what this government is doing is not good. We don't believe in what they are doing. Your very good friend, former governor of Rivers State, Rotomi Amaechi, said when he gets into power, he's going to fix corruption. And that there's a lot of corruption going on in this government. And there are a lot of voices like that who believe that what is going on right now under this administration is leading us nowhere.
Okay.
And that's why you see the opposition coalition coming together and they have won. And you people should not come back in 2027 because they're sending you out of town.
Okay. Actually, will you grant me this opportunity? Now you mentioned. And that's why I say it's only in Nigeria. We forget things easily. We trivialize issues. A man comes to tell you that he will solve the issue of corruption in 1 month. Is the man taking the issue of corruption very serious?
Is it not possible?
How can it be possible? Okay, let us even start from this antecedent. He was a governor for Rivers State, right? Okay, fine, very much. I like that. I'll take it one after the other. What can be more corruption when you don't want an arm of government to exist? Take, for example, can there be good governance without obeying the rule of law? Can there be good governance without the rule of law? Can there be good governance without adherence to the rule of law? Can there be? I'm asking.
No,
fine. Okay. A man who was a governor refused the judiciary to operate. A man who was a governor who will stop corruption sealed up the state high court for almost 2 years.
That's your predecessor.
Yeah, that's the person you
were there with him.
No, I was not there. I was a minister of state education. You have to realize this. You have to realize this. The man who wanted to say he will stop corruption was the man who refused judiciary to exist. Stop high court for nearly 2 years. People had cases in court. People had their businesses in court to settle. The court was shut down. Almost 2 years.
But that's not the whole story.
No,
there were issues.
Excuse me, what were the issues?
There were issues surrounding that.
Excuse me, what are the issues? You should obey the recommendation of the National Judicial Council. The Judicial Service Commission made a recommendation to the National Judicial Council for appointment of who will be the substantive chief judge. And it is the incumbent of the National Judicial Council to recommend based on the recommendation of the Judicial Service Commission. The governor refused that he will not obey the National Judicial Council, which is the apex body that recommend the appointment of judges and chief judges as the case may be. Don't be nervous. So you know the man was who fight corruption and corruption in 1 month. He now went and brought the president of Customary Court of Appeal, Justice PNC Agumago, retired, who of course was suspended by the Nigerian Judicial Council. That's one. And such a man really be the one that can fight corruption in 1 month. 2, you remember that he was indicted by Judicial Panel of Inquiry on some of the properties, assets of Rivers State government.
Under your administration.
It doesn't matter. It was somebody was in charge at that time.
But remember that you orchestrated it.
Well, when I orchestrated, I did not orchestrate. He went to court. The same court he shut down. And he was the first person, when we opened the court, he was the first person that ran to the court. Said, look, protect me. That's why the judge said, the court is not only for the poor, it's only for the rich. You shut this court down. Now you're the first person that now runs to court for protection. But be it as it may, he was fully indicted. He went to court. The court said, yes, the panel was right. He went to Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal said the panel was right. He went to Supreme Court. The Supreme Court upheld the judgment of the 2 courts. And that judgment was given 2 days to the primaries of All Progressive Congress in 2022. And what were the issues? The man who went to fight corruption in 1 month, our gas turbine, $308 million US. He sold it to the Sahara. Where's the body? Which account did they pay to? He spent $30 million US on Caribbean White Hospital.
But the gas turbines, you came into, you didn't see the money, you can't trace.
It's not there.
But you're not able to trace.
No, that's why we tried to prosecute him. He was not there. I'll come to that. $30 million US. He said he put Caribbean White Hospital. Where is the foundation of the hospital? Where is the foundation? Can he go today and say, look at the foundation I done for $30 million US? 3. The monorail. He spent $74 billion, 74 billion naira. Where is the monorail?
You stopped it?
No.
The monorail passes right in front of the government house. But you didn't believe in the project?
No, it's not true. If there's a road you have done, people will be using the road and if you don't complete it, they will know that you have started the road and it's being used, but the road phase we can complete it. It's not correct.
You said that the rail is to nowhere. Yes, I remember interviewing you.
How would you have spent 74 billion naira in 1-point-something kilometer? Something that you do has no impact. Taking traffic from where to where. But anyway, if you have completed the 1 kilometer, let it be that it is on use first. It is on use. Let us so. Before we okay, well, it is finished, it's being used. I'm talking about someone to fight corruption. He took our legacy plane, to Germany for 12 years, no record, until I came. And we started looking for it, till I found it. And I had to go to Germany. We had to do everything, spend money to bring back that plane. That's what the state government is today. What about Dash 8? He sold to his friend, the former governor of Cross River State, Lee Aliboke, $5 million US. Where is the plane? Where is the body? He will stop corruption in 1 month.
No record of this.
I'm telling you, sir. This is a man that will stop corruption in 1 month. And you look at Nigerians. We are so daft. We don't know anything. It has come to the point where any politician can come and tell us and speak to you, and then you listen to such garbage that somebody will tell you to stop corruption in 1 month in this country, which we are cleverizing the issue of corruption. Now, for example, let's go for that. Corruption. This is a man who boasted. It's not corruption. Corruption is not only talking about taking money. Do you understand me? That's not the only thing about corruption.
But it's largely what is destroying this country.
No, it's not. That is.
I say it's largely.
It is one of the things. Okay, take for example. When you try to influence somebody to do something in your favor, and the person refuses to do that, and the person is punished for not doing that which you want him to do, what is it called? For example, that's why I laugh. This is the same man they were happy. Today they are talking about the ruling party trying to bustle, trying to infiltrate their so-called party ADC. You remember when PDP were having problem with the body sheriff? This was the same man with his team. You know what happened to Justice Liman when the security invaded his house by 12 midnight in River State? I was one who saved that situation. What happened? The PDP matter in that time was before Justice Liman. And everything was done for Justice Liman to give judgment in favor of Modi Sheriff. And when they found that it was difficult, they tried to do anything that would make sure that Justice Liman does not carry out or does not give that judgment. And so that happened. When that was aborted, did you see them go after Justice Liman again? No. What happened? When the matter got to Supreme Court. What happened? You have heard Amaechi boast. He was one of those who kicked out Justice Onogen. Why? They wanted Justice Onogen to give judgment to keep Modi Sheriff as the chairman of PDP. And that would have been the death of PDP as a party at that time. That was the ruling party then, APC, in government. So I heard it by the same man who wanted to fight corruption.
But is it fair to attribute such to him?
Not as if what is fair. Assuming.
You are saying that.
No. Look.
He was behind.
Do you know? I said I was the one. I was in charge of that matter. I was the one who hired our lawyers, led by Wolani Peku, led by Kanagabi, and filled by Isim Kala. So I was fully involved.
When you make the allegation,
I'm not making. I'm not
behind Justice Onogen.
Of course, no. He has said this several times. That of course we want to put him out of the place. He has also said that he kicked out Jonathan from office. Would you say that you've never had it? The point, some of us, I think the problem is, it's unfortunate. I don't think that he remembers when he says all these things, that those who work with him before and after are still alive. And you wonder, you sit on the side and you watch a young man come out like that to make such statement, and you pinch yourself. What is going on here?
Look, they think that he wants to fix Nigeria.
No,
that is what the ADC stands for.
No, the point that he cannot. That's what I'm saying.
Mr. Rotimi Amaechi said he's going to be the next president.
No, please.
He's given the ticket.
No, he knows he won't get the ticket.
Why?
No, please. You see what he said. That I read. He said he knows the weaknesses of the president, so he knows how to defeat him. But he also knew the weakness of the president in 2022 when the president defeated him mercilessly in their primaries. He didn't know his weaknesses then. It's now he knew the weaknesses.
He has studied it. And
okay, now he has studied it. But let me tell you, Nigerians know the last person they will give ticket, because that is dead on arrival. You know what dead on arrival? It's dead on arrival. Look, it's not, you see, how you will know? By your capacity. I don't like people who like, in 2014, 2015, you remember he was governor? And that was when I was run as a governor. Remember? What happened? We defeated him. And he was the DG of the President Buhari's campaign. It's not correct. He didn't get 15%. He was governor. It's okay. Jonathan was president then. Okay, no problem. 2019, President Buhari was the president. Late President Buhari was president. He was first grade A minister of transport then. He was also the DG of Mr. President campaign then. He was coming home with what I call battalions, soldiers. He was coming home. You remember what happened in 2019 election? You remember how Rivers women stood firm to say this cannot happen. He was, but we still defeated him. President Buhari never had.
Yeah, that was the election they accused you of rigging and using every party.
Yes, I rigged. When Jonathan was minister, was the president, I rigged. When Buhari was president, was not correct. I also rigged in 2023 when Buhari was still president. And
why were you rigging?
No, they said I rigged.
They accused you of rigging.
That's what I'm saying. I'm only trying to prove to you. You are governor. I rigged you because Jonathan was president. That's what I'm saying. I became governor. I rigged you. Buhari, Jonathan was no longer president. Buhari became president. I still rigged you. In 2023, you came and brought a governor. He didn't win. He supported a presidential candidate. He didn't win. I still read you. Why would I not be reading you? When? I mean, you see, what
you are more superior than Amaechi locally in Rivers State as of today.
What do you mean by superior?
Politically superior.
Oh, no, it's not about being superior. I tell my people know what I will do, what I will not do.
So you are more popular. He said if both of you get to the street.
Oh, please. You see, I things I don't talk about. What is getting to the street? I mean, what is getting to the street?
He's more popular than you.
Let us
you saw how people welcome him.
Where? How many people?
In Port Harcourt.
Do you know that would be very embarrassing? Where you saw was the VIP lounge. VIP lounge that I built. VIP lounge international airport that cannot take up to 20 vehicles. And when you see, it's not to boast, you know, it is, my people say, there is ground. You are arguing who in a wrestling who will win. Why not go there and wrestle? What's the argument? You see, antecedent of people will tell you. In 2027, you will be the first person that will say, no, I will not vote. That's rigging. It happened in 2015. When you tell these people, no, as a sitting governor, you tell people, no, don't vote again. I even had to say, let anybody challenge him if he has ever in the election. So why should a young man talk like this? Is he talking to, even if you are his children, you don't have heads? For me, it tells you the kind of person you are.
Minister, give me a moment. I need to go on a break.
Yes.
There is a lot of pressure, though.
Yes.
And the warning is that something is coming in 2027, which your government may not be able to withstand in terms of the opposition. But I'd like to get your view on some of these issues.
Yeah.
You have dismissed the ABC, the opposition coalition, which a lot of Nigerians seem to be looking up to for redemption ahead of 2027. And you saw what happened over the by-election. It does look like there's a gravitation towards that political party.
Sheon, thank you very much. You said Nigerians, many Nigerians are looking up to who charges Nigeria. How did you get the population of the Nigerian from what happened in the by-election? How would you not say that many Nigerians are looking up to them?
Are they not?
They are not. Look at what happened. It shows that, see, when you say, who are those there and Nigerians will be looking up to? You see, take for example, and I continue telling people this. If I see you, for example, in that party you joined, that's okay. Sheon has not had an opportunity to make an impact. So I think that you need to watch him and see where I can give you an opportunity. Not those who had countless opportunities in life to make a change. And there's no change. They couldn't. And there's no coalition. What is coalition? You can talk about coalition where CPC and APC, and the AC, and some PDP members going to form another party that you can call coalition. But not when people say, look, we have left a party to join another party. That cannot be coalition.
But it's a coalition of Nigerians of life. They've emptied the PDP.
No, I'm coming.
They left APC.
No, but if you look at their track records, they've always been doing that. You look at their track record. Okay.
Is that why you say Nigerians should reject them?
That's because they have nothing to show. Okay,
is that fair for you to say Nigerians should reject those who say they want to?
Nigerians have already decided them by saying this by-election. They did not make any impact.
But just the beginning.
You see the reality. When it's coming, you will see. It is easy for you to appear on national television, for you to appear on national newspapers to talk. Take for example, I just want to say this for example. Take my brother, my friend, Eliel Eboke, former governor of Cross River State. Was he not Minister of Power? Was he not? What happened? What happened when he was Minister of Power? You remember?
Under your PDP government.
It doesn't matter. We're talking about you now as a person that's going to the PDP that's talking about the rescue there now. He has gone there to say, want to do rescue. He was Minister of Power. And you remember the amount of money that was spent in power then. If they have gotten it right, we will be talking about power today. Tell me.
So that's why you feel
these are the people. He was governor of Cross River. He was not able to rescue Cross River.
But he did his bit.
What is his bit? Where did he find Cross River? What was his bit? You see, that's one thing you will say. If I say today, with all authority, with all amount of seriousness, that I'm going to join here, because I'm not happy with what they have done. When I was on seat, I did this, I did that, I did that. They will look at all of them. All. I don't see there's anybody there that I did not invite to my state to do one or the other in terms of commission of projects.
Even your friend Tambua.
Of course.
Now, you know what he said about what the government, your government is doing?
Yes.
I'm twisting opposition,
yes.
chasing them with anti-corruption agency. Is that fair? Is that how your government wants to treat opposition voices?
I'm not speaking on behalf of EFCC, but Nigeria should stop this. I was arrested by EFCC in 2008 when I became the chief of staff in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to EFCC. I was arraigned in the City High Court. And they understand me. They will file for a no case submission on a preliminary objection. They said, no, we want to court of appeal. I won in court of appeal. They went to Supreme Court. They knew what would have happened to them because it was so bad. They have to run back and withdraw their matter. Even though it was accused, it was said that government was doing that, but I never came out to say it. I went there. Look, you have no case. Look at it. If someone was called, that look, we have this against you. After there are so many Nigerians that have been invited by EFCC one way or the other. Why is it that nobody's talking about them being witch-hunted or whatever? Is it only politicians that are being witch-hunted or should be witch-hunted? Why is it that if EFCC does this today, because you appear to be in no position, you are witch-hunted? I'm not saying that he has committed any offense. I didn't say so. But it will also be wrong. Simply because EFCC invited somebody, that's a witch hunt. But if EFCC invites somebody in government, it's not a witch hunt. Only those that are in government should be invited for question of one thing or the other. But somebody who had left government, whom the financial crime believes that may have committed an offense, and therefore we want to hear from you. That means that that person being witch hunted. All this kind of blackmail does not work. And it shouldn't work.
Minister, let me
all I would have said, look, Mr. Tambawa, this is what EFCC said. Yes, I didn't do it. And the law will take its course.
Minister.
And I don't believe in this blackmail. Yeah. Each time somebody is invited, it is the government that is doing it because there's no position. For Christ's sake.
Let me take you quickly to Rivers State.
Yes.
The local government elections that the administrator has under the administrator's watch and the RCEC are planning. A list of eminent Rivers State citizen, Mr. Atado Peter Side, former Governor Adejoy, and a few other people had come together and written an open letter to President to be able to say, stop this. This is undemocratic. Okay. It's unconstitutional. Don't go ahead with this. Okay. And do you think that election should go on?
Well, I mean,
for the sake of peace in Rivers State?
First of all, when you say eminent, I don't know what to call eminent because I have money. That's what makes me eminent.
There are those who don't have money there, but they are eminent Nigerians based on their profile.
If anybody is eminent there, by the word eminent means that you should support that election. Because if you don't, you are bringing the state backward. When it's unconstitutional, who interprets what is unconstitutional? Doesn't lie in your mouth to say something is unconstitutional. For Christ's sake, you have the court that is being given the responsibility. Take up the challenge and go to court and say, look, this is unconstitutional. And let the court be able to decide how will our laws grow. It's not by writing the president stop is unconstitutional. By publishing this paper is unconstitutional. What has ever happened that you have said is constitutional? Have they read the emergency powers of the president?
To remove a governor? To impose?
How did you remove a governor? All it says suspension. What did I say? Do you know the Supreme Court said there's no state, there's no government in the state? Okay, can I ask you one question? That Supreme Court sacked all the local governments, right? And said, no caretaker, you can't have money to run the local government. State government, no, there was no budget. How do you run the state government at that time? Now, but if the president did not take the powers he took, do you know the state will do something else? Now, as part of restoring democracy at the local government level, say, look, you have to conduct the election. At least when the local government comes back, and then the state comes back by the governor and the legislature, the local government will be getting their money for the federation account. And so that nobody will say the local government is a crisis. The state government would have been working in harmony with the state legislature by adopting the budget, which National Assembly passed, or the state assembly making amendment to it. And so that the state will also be getting their own funds from the federation account. Why is it that people do not like when they say it's an emergency rule, therefore You cannot do local
So you are supporting the local government to
The election is going to take place.
You will be part of it.
I'm going for campaign next week. I will apply 27, 28 for the campaign.
And you campaign for the PDP?
I'm going to campaign, of course, for my local government. I believe we have done quite a lot that the PDP will win. In my local government.
Minister Wike, why is it that people are saying that you are planning a parallel convention of the PDP, that you are not planning to go to Ibadan?
I've just given you a date for Ibadan.
Yeah, they said that the plan, of course, the party has announced that it's going to be in Ibadan.
I don't know.
Would you attend?
When the party has not sacked.
Nobody have agreed it's going to be in Ibadan.
When did they agree?
Yeah, it was about the 100.
The one they said is neck.
Yes,
that is not neck.
So you don't agree with the
neck has not met. In fact, we're meeting tomorrow. We're going to challenge. Neck has not met.
So is it true that you are planning a parallel convention?
How can you say I'm planning? Planning to do what?
So you don't support the Ibadan convention?
I'm not aware that there is any convention in Ibadan.
Give me a moment.
As a NEC member, I've not been told. And nobody has voted for NEC meeting for me to say that NEC has had a meeting. If few people or people who work as a team say they have had a NEC meeting, okay, in the NEC meeting, okay, so be it.
Establish you don't know anything about that
as far as I'm concerned, if no notice of meeting has been served as a member of NEC, I have every right to challenge, and nobody can deny me my right. So that I'm concerned.
So you are going to court to challenge that sitting? Or
our group we're meeting tomorrow. Obviously, I don't think we'll allow injustice to prevail. Impunity will not. I can tell you that will not allow that.
Those who feel that if there's going to be peace in the PDP, you will be part of it. And those who think that you're serving more of the interest of the APC than the interest of the PDP.
None of those people who feel so can talk before me. Nobody serves the interest of PDP more than me. None of them.
Even when you're serving the government of the APC.
I'm an agent to contribute to the development of this country. I'm not the first person who has served in another party when belonging to another party.
So in 2027, would you be supporting a PDP presidential candidate or APC presidential candidate?
I will support somebody whom I know that will make Nigeria to grow. Somebody who has the interest of Nigeria. I don't believe in sentiment. I don't believe in mere emotion. No, I don't do
that. I thought you were a party man.
The party man does not mean that if you don't bring somebody that can help this country, because I'm a party man, therefore I want the country to start going backward again.
You're not worried about anti-party activities?
What is called anti-party?
When you work against the interests of your party?
No, it is the party.
You did that in 2023.
No,
you work against the candidate.
No. The party work against the constitution of the party. No.
Let's not go there because we don't have a lot of time.
No, but you know that. You know that our concern is clear. I stand to uphold the principle of our party, equity, fairness, and justice.
So you still think that in 2027 the power should go to the south?
It will still be.
That's not up to you. It's not to Nigerians to determine.
No, when the parties do the right thing, that will determine from that.
Let me ask you quickly.
Yes.
This one chance in Abuja,
yes,
how would you be able to solve? It's very, very dangerous. At night, when you're going home.
No, it's not correct. You are exaggerating the problem. Commend the security agencies of what they are doing. I've always said this. Nobody will say that you have stopped all crimes. No. But there effort to stop the crimes, yes. Commend people. See what we are doing now. We have identified areas where these one-chance vehicles are, and we are going to take them out. See the complaint of people. Oh, you're making people to suffer. Looking for their daily bread. These are the kind of things that come out when we are fighting crime and the criminalities. And people like you have not come to help or to say, it's not correct. What they are doing is the right thing. Look at the shanties everywhere. Criminals are taking over. But we are saying, no, we won't allow this. We are chasing them out. This is one chance thing we are doing. We are getting buses now to apply in bus standards and taxi terminals so that nobody will, you don't go to apply any car that you don't even know who. These are ways to reduce the one chance. But the point is that the security agencies are doing quite enough, quite well, and we must commend them. Right. It's not everything is condemnation. Nobody ever calls one day. Yeah. The security agencies are doing well. The government is doing well. I hope you don't have the mindset of ADC. Because that's their own mindset. They have nothing to offer than every day they work on one body. Government has never done anything well. Even the roads that pass in Abuja, have you ever seen them comment? They will not comment. It's their nature.
Minister, I just have 30 seconds to close the program.
Okay.
And I'm going to close on the issue of the contractors. And I heard you at your program earlier today when you said it is not by your administration, but there are those who are linked by your administration.
No, please. Go and check. You see, that is why, as like I've said, it's not easy to fight. You see, when you want to change the system will fight back. Now, tell me, sitting as a minister, you are supposed to know what the ministry or the FCT has in terms of disbursement of funds. Now, we have awarded projects through the FCT Review Council, the Review Committee, and the Federal Review Council, depending on the threshold. Then I'm now calculating, right, that, okay, these contractors have done this, these contractors have done this, how much we have. Then you see a list. Who awarded these jobs? So, this director awarded a job of 50 million.
Welcome to Chamber Seniors TV.